Let's journey way, way back in time. I mean, further than any king or empire you've heard of. We're going to a time before written history itself to uncover the story of prehistoric India, a story that wasn't written in books, but etched in stone. So, that brings up a really big question, right? How on earth can we tell the story of people who left, well, no words behind? No texts, no inscriptions? What are our clues? It's basically a massive archaeological detective story, and together, we're going to follow the evidence. And you know what? The biggest clues they left us are their tools. The technology they used is our roadmap through this enormous stretch of time. By looking at what their tools were made of, first stone, then eventually metal, we can chart a course through their world. Okay, so our journey begins right at the start, in the Stone Age. We're kicking things off with its first two chapters, the Paleolithic and the Mesolithic periods. This is the era of the original pioneers, the hunters and the gatherers. The Paleolithic, or the Old Stone Age, is just immense. It covers something like 99% of all human history on this planet. Think about that. Life was all about survival, moving from place to place. And their toolkit? It was simple but effective. Big, heavy, unpolished stone tools like hand axes. But during this time, they figured something out that changed the game forever. They learned to control fire. Now, if you really want to feel what this time was like, you have to go to Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. This place is incredible. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site with over 700 rock shelters that were used as canvases. It's like a giant prehistoric art gallery out in the open. So how did they make paintings that have lasted for thousands and thousands of years? Well, they were basically the original chemists. They used what was around them. They'd grind up minerals like ochre to get these deep red colors, and then mix it with a binder, maybe some water or animal fat, to make a paint that would really stick. And what they painted is like a window straight into their lives. It shows us exactly what was important to them. You see these really dynamic, action-packed scenes of hunting, people chasing bison, tigers, even wild boar. You can really feel their connection to the animal world and the daily challenge of finding food. But here's the cool part. It wasn't all just about survival. We also see scenes of people dancing together, holding hands in a line. This tells us they had a social life, you know? They had rituals, community gatherings. They weren't just a collection of individuals, they were a society. Then, as we shift into the Mesolithic, or Middle Stone Age, something big happens with their technology. It's a huge leap. On the left, you've got that bulky Paleolithic hand axe. But on the right, that's the Mesolithic innovation. Tiny, super sharp stone tools we call microliths. These things were a game changer. You could attach them to wood or bone to make complex tools like spears or sickles. Way more efficient. And all this new, efficient technology, it helped pave the way for the biggest change in human history. We're now entering the Neolithic and Chalcolithic periods. This is where humanity completely changes its relationship with the planet. This is the dawn of farming. This moment is so important, we have a name for it, the Neolithic Revolution. This is the world-changing shift from hunting and gathering to agriculture and settling down. I mean, for the first time ever, people stopped chasing their food and started growing it. This one change would set the stage for, well, everything that came after. And the best place to see this revolution in action is the site of Mehrgarh in modern-day Pakistan. This place is just a treasure trove of firsts. We're talking the earliest evidence in the region for farming wheat and barley, people building permanent houses out of mud bricks, and get this, the world's oldest known use of cotton. But if you want one detail that will just blow your mind, it's this. Archaeologists at Mehrgarh found evidence of dentistry. Yes, you heard me right, dentistry. They found skeletons from nearly 9,000 years ago with tiny, perfectly drilled holes in their teeth, likely made with flint tools. It's just an unbelievable look at how sophisticated these early villagers were. And the innovation just kept coming. During the Neolithic, stone tools got even better. They were polished, making them sharper and more durable. But the next really big step was the chalcolithic, or the Copperstone Age. For the very first time, people started using metal, copper to be specific, right alongside their stone tools. This was the beginning of metallurgy, and it set the stage for the great Bronze Age civilizations that were just around the corner. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, from the Old Stone Age right up to the first metals. So let's do a quick knowledge check and see what's stuck. You ready? All right, first question. Remember that incredible open-air art gallery with all the paintings of hunting and dancing? Where would you find it? Is it A, Burzahom, B, Mehrgar, or C, Bhimbetka? And the answer is C, Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. If you said C, you are absolutely right. It's such a vital site for understanding what life was really like back then. Question number 2. Which Neolithic site is famous for those unique pit dwellings and the really interesting custom of burying dogs with their owners? Is it A, Hunska, B, Burzahom, or C, Cornol Caves? That's right, it's B, Burzahom. This site up in Kashmir gives us this amazing, unique picture of how people adapted to living a settled life in a much colder, mountainous region. And for our last question, where did archaeologists find that crucial evidence, the layers of ash, that proved people were using fire way back in the Paleolithic era? Was it A, Adichanallur, B, Chirand, or C, Cornol Caves? Exactly. The answer is C, the Cornol Caves in Andhra Pradesh, a totally landmark discovery that helped us piece together how early humans started to really master their environment. So there you have it. From the simplest stone tools to the dawn of metalworking, from nomadic hunters to the world's first farmers, and even dentists. It's an absolutely epic story. And it just goes to show that history isn't only found in ancient books, it's right there, written in the land all around us. Which leaves us with one final thought. What story does the land beneath your own feet have to tell?